mine that I would want to share a success story as it relates to serving as a mentor for this young man is a young man by the name of Billy Miranda. And Billy, I was vice principal at the time, but I kept hearing about several stories about this young man on the other shift, because as vice principal, I serve on the senior shift. But I'm hearing about this young man involved in a lot of fights, beating students and all of that. So I said, no man, I need to meet this student. So I went in search of this young man and I found him. He was in grade 9, getting ready for grade 10 to be on my shift. And I said to him, young man, it is my understanding that you run the shift. And he said, yes sir, I am. I said, well, coming over to the senior shift, I am the person who runs that shift. So it means that we will have to work together because I am not leaving. And there's only one person who runs a shift on my shift, and that's me. He looked at me very strangely. And then I became principal the following year. And I went in search of him again and I said to him, well, it's summer. I need for us to work together. And he said, how? I said, well, we have some work to do on the compound here. We have some plans to put in place. We have some whitewashing of the trees. And I got his parent permission and he came. And we paid him for the summer. And I started mentoring with him. And when he came back September, a different young man he was. To the point when he reached grade 11, I made him deputy head boy, to the dismay of some of my teachers. Because they were of the opinion, why is it the worst young man in behavior I'm making deputy head boy? But I made him deputy head boy and it helped him significantly. And then later on, I paid for his CXC exams. He failed all of them. In the following year, he asked me if I could take him back. I said, yes, I'm taking you back. And I placed him in pre-6. And for you to go into pre-6, you have to have a maximum 2 subjects. He didn't have any. But I took him in pre-6 and pay again for his CXC exams. By this, he was pretty much helping me to monitor school. And I would provide him with lunch every day. What he was interested in at the time, he was interested in the whole management of school. I remember when Mrs. Kassan-Troop, my education officer at the time, came to do my evaluation as principal. And Mrs. Kassan-Troop said, Mr. Way, I need to speak to a student. I said, well, you can go there and talk to anybody. And when she left my office, the first person she ran into was Billy Miranda. And when she questioned him about the principal, she said, well, the principal of a large school to run, he has 2,552 students, a budget of 33 million, 133 teachers, and he was just giving the stats. Paid for the exam, he failed them again. So I paid for them twice. And then he said to me, sir, can you take me back? I said, no, Billy, I can't take you back. And he started crying. I said, Billy, what I'll do for you, I'll take you into our evening school program. And I paid for them again. This time, he got 4 subjects. The short of it, he went to NCU. He has now transferred his credit from NCU, and he's now at Oklahoma University, doing his first degree. 1 semester to go. And I was his best man at his wedding.